Just do it! So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, hosted by the one and only the Forex God, the Forex King. It's Luke, your mentor. So as you can see by the title of this video, we're definitely breaking down a trade setup that I actually took today, and I took somewhat of a loss on this trade, guys. And in this particular video, we're breaking down why I actually took a loss. So grab your notepad and your pen and anything that you think is worth jotting down in the particular notepad, guys. Write it down. Not only that, guys, backtest. But before we get into the video, do hit that like and subscribe button, as it will help me with the YouTube algorithm. Not only that, guys, you'll be notified when I drop banger videos like this. So let's get into the video. Now on the monthly time frame, guys, on the weekly, do forgive me, so on the weekly time frame, guys, I was in an overall buy. We had this initial high, initial low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then the market OP actually broke this these two weekly trend lines, creating somewhat of a higher high and a high low. So this was my overall continuation projection. So I understood that my weekly I'm in a buy. That's when I actually drew this fib from this point A to my point B, and so as you can see, it perfectly aligns with this phantom zone. So this is my overall projection level target. Now on my daily time frame, guys, on my daily we had this impulse correction continuation. Market then broke this red daily trend line, creating somewhat of a high. I think this is a potential high low for over continuation. As you can see, I even drew this particular fib from my point A to my point B, and as you can see, it aligns with this phantom zone. So this is my overall target. So on my weekly I was in a buy, and the daily I was in the buy, right? Now looking at my H4 time frame, guys, so on the H4, as you can see, we have this impulse correction continuation. So I am anticipating the market potentially comes to negative 27% on my H4 time frame. So on the H4 time frame, guys, I was in the overall sell. This will be my target, so this is phantom zone. Now currently looking at the H1 time frame. On the H1 time frame, guys, we had this initial impulse, a correction. I was anticipating overall continuation, right? Market hit my negative 27, and then we could potentially come to my negative 61.8. So on the H1 I was in a buy. But guys, now looking at my 30-minute time frame right now, 30-minute time frame is where the magic actually was, right? So as you can see, that the story in this 30-minute zone is that every single time price touches this particular purple zone, it pushes down. Comes to this particular zone, it pushed down. So when the market actually came to this area, as you can see, we had somewhat of a ascending channel, right? As you can see, that the market is sort of like creating this lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, sort of like forming a channel. So what I was anticipating for, guys, was that the market might come to this area right here, come back to retest before it actually continues, because we had now broken this higher low, right? So the market's creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high. Market then broke structure. So I was anticipating for overall pullback at least to this area and level. So when the market actually came to this gray trend zone, which basically comes from this level, I drew this fib from my point A. This was my point A to my point B. I think this was my point B right there. So as you can see, this was my point B. So as you can see, the market actually hit my negative 61.8, And then that's when I actually got into my smaller time frame. I think this was around the 5 minute time frame. And then we had seen let me just remove this for now. And then we had seen divergence right at this particular point in time. The market, as you can see, on the RSI is actually pushing towards the upside. On PA or structure, the market is actually headed towards the downside. So I was just waiting for a break of structure, and then I'll wait for a impulse, a bullish engulfer for me to actually get into this trade. Now, when the market actually came to this area or level, it actually broke through this area, which signifies a break of structure, came back, created a higher low. So I was anticipating the market to actually continue at least to this particular zone and area. Right, again, we had divergence. We're sitting at an 61.8, which is a reverse on our Fibonacci. We had a somewhat of a descending channel. You can even draw this from point A to point B. So we had a lot of confluences telling me that the market potentially pulled back at least to this particular zone and area. Now the market then, when it actually came to this area, it somewhat did have a bullish momentum, but then market then basically pushed down, came back to retest somewhat of this particular broken level of structure, and then just it tanked, guys, like it tanked. And then, as you can see now on the 5 minute time frame, actually the 15-minute time frame, guys. So on the 15-minute time frame, we had this initial, actually it's in the 5 minute time frame, guys. So we had this initial impulse, correction, a continuation, correction, continuation. So the market then broke this lower high, creating a high, low. I saw this happening, but guys, for some reason I didn't want to enter. But once this actually happened, the market then, as you can see, printed out a seller's exhaustion and prints out as exhaustion candlestick, and then the market just it pushed up, guys. Like at that point, man, I just couldn't do anything. I just watched the market go to my initial target area as I had anticipated during the London session. But the lesson learned behind this particular trade, I think, is that, guys, first of all, do not trade outside of session, right? As you can see, right, we were probably like just a few minutes outside of the London session. This is where I entered. As you can see, once London session actually kicked in, the market just decimated, came back to retest and then pushed down. And then during New York session, the market then pushed up. So the lesson learned is that do not trade outside of a session, right? And as well, do not over leverage. But the most important lesson learned is that when it comes to market anticipation or prediction, right, for the most part, at least 8 out of 10, you have a good bias, but you have to really focus on your entry. It's not necessarily about the what, it's about the where, in terms of candlesticks or candlestick variation formed. So it's important to actually take your trades specifically at key support areas to be able to capitalize on a much higher risk reward ratio, as opposed to take your trades on, again, not as major levels of support or resistance, because it can definitely get faked out. So you've reached the end of the video, guys. Do hit the like and subscribe button as to get notified when we drop videos like this. Yeah, without further wasting any of your time, guys, peace out.
Do it! Just do it! So just do it! Make your dreams come true!